Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great trading day today, a better one than I had, and I hope you had a better trading week than I had as well. Today was, I can't even call it a struggle because to be honest with you guys, almost every loss that I had today, I wasn't even supposed to be in those trades. I told you guys with yesterday's session of me changing my Renko settings, I was going to be making mistakes. I was going to be forgetting things and just, I don't even know. I'm going to blame today on a little bit of being tired, which doesn't really affect me. So I guess I can't even lie and say it was that. I just, yeah, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. If you want to see why this is like this because of dumb trading, just stay tuned. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen, my gross loss today was $890. When you add in the commissions of $55, you get a net loss of $945. I took 7 trades today. I had 1 full win, I had a partial win, and then I had 5 losses. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the charts. One thing I will say is I don't know if I'm going to keep that partial win thing in there. I wanted to add that because there was quite a few times, I would say this week and last week, where I was like literally 1 tick from taking profit and then it went back and hit my break even. So I thought it would be smart for me to put a partial take profit in there. But I think if I do keep it, I'm definitely going to move where it is right now. When it gets 23 ticks in profit, which is 1 tick from my full take profit, then it moves my stop loss to 12 ticks in profit, but I think I need to do like 7 maybe. It's either I'm going to do that or I'm not going to have the partial take profit in like the first 15 to 30 minutes of the session because, the volatility is so high, it's so much more likely to go back and hit it and just continue in the direction. Whereas after 9 o'clock, after the first 30 minutes of the New York session, I could probably put that particular ATM on at that point because it's not moving so much. So typically, if it's going to hit 1 tick from my take profit in reverse, it's an actual reversal. So let's talk about our trades today. First one was a divergence sale. Now, when I went back, I told you guys I'm not doing full back testing no more. I'm tired of looking at the same data. I'm just tired of it. Okay. But there was one thing when I did go through and I wrote down. So I guess I back tested all of this week so far. And I wrote down all of those trades. And after I did that, I put it into like, all right, here is all of the trades for this week in this category or this setup, this setup, this setup. So when it came to this particular setup, I was a little bit iffy on if I wanted to keep the same volume pattern for this. So my overall bias was a sell, okay? And this was a sell. I treat those differently than if the overall bias was an uptrend and I was getting into a divergent sell because one is really still a trend continuation, it's just a larger pullback, and the other one is just completely like counter trend. So I literally had a note saying, I don't know if I want to keep the same volume pattern. And so based off of this losing, if I kept the same volume pattern, I wouldn't have even been in this trade to begin with. So I'm cool with that. So the second loss right here was just something I was trying. So you guys hear me on my live streams always talk about like, oh, my levels are out of order, so I can't take a buy. So my levels were out of order here, and I typically would not take a buy, right? But there are a few times where I can. It just depends on how it rotates over my middle or my major levels. So with this particular trade, what I did not realize was that it did not rotate over my major level was somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere in this area. And it didn't rotate the way it was supposed to. It just literally just wicked off of it. So it must have been like down here somewhere and it just wicked off of it. That's not right. So that loss was on me. I still don't know if I want to take those trades or not. I can, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to just stick to my levels need to be in order and leave it at that, to be honest with you. All right, so the third trade here, this is where I had the partial take profit. So this is what the trade looked like here. And you can see it hit my level where it moves my stop loss to break even. Then it came and went a little bit further, came one tick from hitting my full take profit and went back to 12 ticks. I think the highest that it went was like 8 ticks in profit. And that's why I said if I do change it, it's going to be a 7 tick take profit, which is really crazy because I used to do partial take profits with my ATM strategy, like, I don't even know, months ago, like months, at least like probably 3 to 5 months ago. And when I did used to have it, my partial take profit was 7 ticks. So I might need to go back to that if I decide to keep the whole partial. Honestly, part of me just wants to keep it. It's either a full loss or a full win, or just, the auto break even and just really leave it at that. All right, so this is the next trade that I took. And I put questioned on here because this is like a divergence continuation at my minor level. It does not set up a whole lot. So like this week in total, it set up 4 times. It won 3. This just so happened to be the one time it lost. Yeah, I don't know if I want to trade that consistently over time or not. So for now, I just put question because I don't know if I want to do it or not. We'll see. If it continues to have, multiple setups in a week like that, where I'm getting at least one a day, I might just still go ahead and do so and leave it at that. Now, let's talk about this trade. I don't know how I missed this. This is just my regular divergence, a larger pullback divergence going in the same direction of the trend. I literally don't know how everything set up properly. Yes, we had to bounce off of the VWAP, but there was enough volume to support, the trade going that way. And it won. I don't know how I missed it, y'all. I don't. Today was just full of stupidity. But you know what? If I'm getting all my stupid stuff out now so that I can have a really successful week next week, like starting the week with my new Renko settings and my new rules and stuff, if today was that day I need to just get off my chest and get out my system, I'm cool with that. All right, so this is the only trade that I had a full win on today. And I did go ahead, and while I was in the trade, I moved my stop loss to break even once it hit my middle pivot level, because that is something that I do when it hits the pivot level, or if it hits the middle VWAP level. And there's other support and resistance levels on my charts where if price hits it, I just hit the break even button and I just let it do what it do. And we actually did win that one, so that one was nice. Here is the next trade that I wouldn't even say I missed. The only reason I didn't take this is because I used to not take trades around my pivot level unless it was divergence. So now with me changing my Renko size, I'm not sure if I can take trades off of the middle pivot level or not. And it's not something where price really trades around it very often. So if I do any back testing, it'll just be like for little stuff like this. Like, all right, let's go through the entire month, see how many trades we had at this pivot level, and see if we could take trades that are not divergence trades at the pivot level and kind of leave it at that. So we'll see. All right. And then this was another trade that I know why I stayed out of it. There were certain things that had to, like, my chart had to look a certain way when we were going back towards a new session high or a new session low when I was on my old Renko settings. With my new Renko settings, I don't have to do that. And that's why I said I know it's going to take at least a week of repetitive watching the charts with the new Renko setting and just remembering, like, all right, we can get this rule out of our mind and we have to put this one in. I didn't really have to put very many in. I really took a lot of them out. And so in me doing that, I'll see certain things set up. Like, I watched this trade set up and I was just like, like, because I'm used to not being able to trade this particular pattern, but I can now. So it is what it is. It's just going to take some time. All right, this trade here, you guys can go back and look at the stream. When I got into it, I was like, before I even got into it, I was like, I don't really know if I want to take this because it was a pullback to my middle level. However, my middle level was like here. My minor level was like here. My major level was like down here somewhere. And so typically when I take trades, again, I will take them when my levels are in order. So even though it was a pullback to my middle level was in front and I shouldn't have taken the trade. And literally before I got filled, I said, if the seller pressure comes in, I'm going to break even. Well, the seller pressure came in all right, real heavy. So heavy, we didn't even get back up to the break even. Like, it's just stupid stuff. But I'm not perfect. I don't say that I am. I don't ever want to be honest with you. There's always room for error and there's always room for improvement. So this was the last trade that I took, and this actually was a valid trade. So I'm cool with me losing this one. This one was valid. Everything set up properly. The only thing I can say is that I don't really know how I feel about like, okay, I was taking a buy going back to the previous open, right? However, the previous open went through the bar of my reversal bar that, you know, pushed the swing down versus going through the wick. I don't know if I'm okay with taking trades going back when it's, you know, the price is going, I'm not the price, the support or resistance level is going through the bar of the reversal level. So that's the only thing that I can think of. Again, you can't really make sense of everything that happens because no matter how many times you see a specific pattern happening, there's always going to be times where that pattern just doesn't work or just doesn't happen the same way. So that could just be a one-off, or it could just be literally because of that particular thing. And that was the last trade that I took for today. Again, if you want to see a crazy person take trades for no reason, today was the day. Okay? Today was the day. So let's go ahead and switch gears real quick so we can get this thing going. These are my trailing drawdowns for the accounts that I have left. The 25K has $550 left. I did say in the stream that I did not want to go into next week with less than $500 in drawdown, and I guess I met that goal. What? And then with the 50K account, I am a little bit under $1,000. I have, what is that, $990 left in drawdown for that particular account. I do have a 25K account that renewed on the 9th that is coming back on Monday. And then, yeah, it's just that one. It's just that 25K account. My first 50K account that renews next Thursday, so that won't be back for a while. So pretty much every Monday you're going to see me add a new account. So next week I'll be trading with 3 accounts. And what I'm just hoping is that I can embed some of these things in my brain as far as how I'm trading now with the new Renko settings. And I hope that I have the same goal that I have every week where I pass my first account. However, like I said in my stream, one goal I do have is to never, like, I don't want to ever pass my first eval before my strategy is ready. I know that it's not going to be 100%. I know that no matter what, market conditions can change, and that can cause me to be fine now and not be fine 3 months from now. I think I'll be okay because all of the backtest data that I've extracted has been from different times of the year and different market conditions. And with me being more volume based while I'm trading, I should be okay in most market conditions because volume is volume, no matter if it's high volatility or low volatility. So we'll see. Hopefully we can pass the first account next week and just go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning. Have a good weekend.